I'm very excited about this next segment we have, which is about our Santa Fe Fuego, who have won the championship for the Pecos League for 2014. Very exciting, only the third year in. We have Freezy Smalls, who is the third base coach for the Fuego, and Yvonne Encinias, who's the general manager of the Fuego. Thank you both very much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Quite a season, congratulations.
Yes, it was a great season.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
3 years in, have you been there since the beginning?
I actually took the position last year, so I've been 2 years in.
So you come in and win a championship straight off, there's nowhere to go but down from here.
Well, we're just gonna maintain. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah.
Good.
We just want to go maintain or up.
Yeah. And how did it feel? Did it feel awfully good that moment that you knew you'd won?
Oh, it was outstanding. I unfortunately wasn't able to actually make it to the game, so I was following online and through the radio station, so I was at home a nervous wreck and just completely ecstatic. So. And
how was it for you? You were there, right?
It was exhilarating being there when we were in Alpine, you know, and we lost the first game by in the 13th inning, you know, extra innings it took to beat us, and I mean we had control of every game until that last inning, and when we lost that one, I mean it was just like when we played Trinidad. We lost the first game to them, and then we came out the second game and won, and then smacked them the third game, and then went against Alpine. I mean we just had it from start to finish. Eric Kozel, our MVP of the year, he started game 3 off with a home run for us, and then Chevy, our first baseman, he definitely, you know, solidified the win. In the I think it was about the 7th inning, little triple off the wall, and I mean everything was good from there.
And how long have you been with the Fuego?
I've been with Fuego for 2 years. Last year I was a pitcher. This year I was a pitcher in the beginning. I had to, you know, I got injured, and then our other third base coach, JP, he had to leave, had to go home for other reasons, and Bill Moore, our manager, asked me to step up, and I stepped up, and I was there for basically the whole season, except for the first 2 weeks.
How did you like being the third base coach?
It's a little different. There's a lot of things I had to learn. Like it was a real bump and grind in the beginning, and then towards the middle of the season, I started really getting in a groove, and I knew what to do, and you know, with play calling, and Moore helped me out a lot about it, so it was all good.
So Yvonne, what's your job? What does the general manager do for the Fuego in Santa Fe?
Well, I don't think we have time here. I'm kidding. But what I really try to do is, of course, make sure that we are a success because we want to come back. So part of that entails not only securing sponsorships for the team, because, you know, of course, we need to make the money to pay our players.
Not very well.
No, but we do.
I've seen some of what they make. It's not that impressive as salaries go. But,
definitely. So, in addition to that, on the same, you know, in the same note, I do try to get host families for the boys so they could stay, because obviously they can't afford to, you know, pay rent or get hotel rooms. So we try to secure host families. I need to be sure that we are in compliance with all city ordinances and laws and everything, and just ensure that we have everything in order. I kind of orchestrate, you know, from the first pitch to the inner inning activities and things like that. So just
and do you manage the players, or is that's the coach's job?
That would be Coach Bill Moore. He is he's the manager of the players.
Okay, and what about the sort of the roster? Is that your job in consulting?
That's
him as well. Okay.
I manage the other staff. That would be like our announcer, boat rumble, ticket sales, merchandise sales,
the
and
operations.
Also all our other volunteers that assist.
Oh, okay. And just because the players roster, as Freezy alluded to, is included the MVP for the league, right?
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about him and what kind of year he had.
Eric Kozel, he was, I mean, probably the best catcher in the league. I mean, he was a solid guy for us. He got on base a lot. He was hit a lot this season from a hit by pitch standpoint. I mean, he was always on base. He scored the most runs in the league. His batting average is over 400. I mean, he got hit about 60 times, so that was quite a few. But I mean, he was just a real rough guy that just, I mean,
got in there, got it done.
He was everything for us.
You also had the best record in your division, right?
Yes.
What does that mean? Tell us about how that worked.
We won the North. We were 1 game back of the Alpine Cowboys or else we would have had home advantage throughout the playoffs.
Which would have been nice. We would have liked that here.
It would have been. I mean, those last 3 games. I mean, it was really good baseball, and I mean, I think the Santa Fe fans would have loved that because I mean, they loved it when we beat Trinidad, and they just. I mean, it was exhilarating.
Well, we do have the best fans in the league, so they love these guys if they lose a game. I mean, we have probably just the most dedicated fans.
Why do you ask of your team that they get out there and do service in the community?
Well, I think it's, I mean, one of the biggest reason that I know Councilman Trujillo pushed for this was because it was going to be a positive for the community. And so the way I see it and the team, you know, we have, this year we represented, I guess, 18 states and like 2 countries. So we had players from all over the world.
No kidding.
Here. And so I want them to be not only welcomed into the community, but I want them to respect our community, and I want them to earn that, you know, from our fans.